Hi, I'm Scott Allan and this is my Premiership table prediction. On top, I'm going to go with Celtic once again. I just feel that obviously Rangers in a transitional period. Russell Martin, a lot of new signings. As of yet, just haven't seen them click. So I think Celtic, with solid foundations of players who have won the league before, I think they'll have too much over the course of the season. In second place, I'm going to go with Rangers. So a lot of new signings there in the window. I think Miovski will be a massive asset for him. I think he'll score goals, but I just feel in tricky away games, I think Rangers will struggle with the system that they've been playing at this moment in time. And third, I'm going to go with Hibs. For me, from what I've seen of them, I think they've kind of continued the form from last season into this year. I think they've strengthened in the January, so I think as a squad there's good depth there, guys who can come off the bench and have an impact. Kieran Bowie obviously been in fine form, and Martin Boyle again for Hibs, year on year scoring lots of important goals. So solid foundation in terms of their back three and goals in the team. Fourth, I'm going to go with Hearts. New appointment in Derek McInnes. I feel he'll get a good bit of consistency within this Hearts group. A lot of new signings as well, who I think will excite the fans, but just over the course of the season I think Hibs will just pip their neighbours. In fifth place, I am going to go... tricky one here. I'm going to go with St Mirren. I think St Mirren, obviously 3 consecutive top 6 finishes for Stephen Robinson. Physical team who can make it really difficult for opponents. Made some good signings as well. Killian Phillips in the middle of the park for me being a standout. So I think they'll, over the course of the season, I think they'll make top 6 again and just nick 5th place ahead of... In fact, I'm going to change that. I'm going to go Dundee United in 6th. Dundee United, I think, as the season progresses, I think we'll see the best of some of the players. I've got Dolchek, new signings, been a real standout. Satsford obviously scoring the derby at the weekend. Looks really lively and they've got a good physical presence at the back. So I'm going to go Dundee United in 6th. And Aberdeen in 7th. I think that will come down to the final split fixtures between they 3. I think, like we've seen last year, teams looking to pip each other to get into the top 6. Aberdeen, from what I've seen so far, and I think the fact that they've got obviously Europa Conference League action, I think it'll be a bit of a burden on the squad. Yes, they've made some good signings on the last day of the window, and Stuart Armstrong, Kevin Nisbet, but I just feel this season could be a tricky one for Jimmy Tilling. I'm going to go Motherwell in 8th place. Listen, I think Motherwell could potentially finish higher. They've been very, very exciting in terms of their brand of football. Obviously been 3 goals up at Tynecastle and couldn't quite see it out, but they've been a breath of fresh air. They're really exciting, a lot of good players in that midfield area as well, but I feel over the course of the season the teams might start to work them out a little bit and they could have some problems defensively. I'm going to go Kilmarnock in 9th. When I'm just looking at this table just now, I don't think there could be a lot to separate between 9th and 5th if I'm quite honest. I think they'll take points off each other, but obviously looking at Kilmarnock, I just think obviously again lost a lot of players last season. Haven't quite turned some of them into wins as of yet. Ben Brannan coming in for the youth system looks a real find. Dacker's up front. He's been excellent so far, but I just feel over the course of the season they'll find themselves in 9th. Going to go Livingston for 10th. David Martindale obviously knows the league very well. Adapted their style this time round, which obviously did a decent start to the season, but I feel again, I just think over the course of the season other teams will get stronger and depth in squad will play a part in that. And speaking about depth in squad, I think Falkirk, for me, a lot of good experience in the right areas, but I think you look at in terms of players they've brought in, budgets obviously played a part in that. Some good in terms of starting 11, but if they were to have injuries, I think they would struggle to replace some of the quality they have in the park. So I'm going to go with Falkirk in the relegation playoff. And to finish, I'm going to go with Dundee. I think Dundee, yes, if they're asked to go out and defend well and maybe nick a point here or there, I think they can do that. But from what I've seen so far, I just don't think they carry a lot of threat going forward unless they maybe change their approach in certain games. Long ball up to Simon Murray. Doesn't really get the best out in Simon Murray, who's your guy who got 15 league goals last year. So I think it could be a long old season for Dundee and they'll find themselves relegated.